Hello, everyone. Welcome to Snap Take. I thought today we'd be featuring decks with the new patch and talking about the new system, but it was delayed until later on today. So that means the podcast is delayed one day, and so is our talk about that. If you'd like to hear my thoughts on how to better optimize it, there's a video I posted at 4 p.m. yesterday, just as a nice way to keep you up to date on what the spotlight caches will be, what will be in them for the month, and what strategies you can be looking at to get there. If you're going to get spotlight caches, one of the things you need to be doing is paying attention to bundles. Token bundles, using your gold for them, is an absolute necessity to getting the most out of this new system. Tokens are not gone, but the gold you get should be used on the most effective ways to get tokens. So Marvel Snap Zone has a new feature that will help you out. See how this here page, if you go over to Marvel Snap Zone and click the bundles tab, you get the current bundles. It'll show you all of them with a little rating. It'll tell you what their progress and cosmetic value is. You're looking for a really high progress value of at least a Token Tuesday. Token Tuesday is like the baseline. You're looking for generally gold variants gold bundles better than Token Tuesday. Cool. This one has great value, by the way. If you're going to spend any cash, Don't Touch the Ocean is absolutely stellar value for the money. Okay, but that's not all. You can also click future bundles and see the best bundles coming. You'll note right here, Cosmic Wildfire is an incredible bundle. It's actually the best bundle released for quite a long while, assuming you're spending gold. 7,500 gold means you would have to save up for a while. It's probably too late if you haven't been, but you can go as far into the future as you want to try and figure out what you want to be saving up your precious gold for. Cool. I'm not going to take you through all that. In addition, you can hit guides and get a write-up for any bundle that has I guess it's not there yet. Whatever. Shortly, as the articles are released. Sorry, I guess because I was in future. But as the articles are released, you will be able to get guides for each and every bundle from our own wonderful Carolus, telling you how good the bundle is for your collection progression. All right. We're going to be talking about two decks relatively soon. What I'd like you to do before we get to talking about those two decks, both of them are stellar. One requires pull 5 cards, one does not. One has a pull 5 card in that is perfectly replaceable, but both are absolutely stellar, super cool decks that you're not going to find anywhere else. And that's why you should sub to this channel. That's what we do here. We find you these really cool, interesting decks that you don't necessarily find anywhere else. The value of that should be self-evident, but if opponents know what you're playing, you get more cubes, you get to infinite more quickly, you get your infinity tickets and infinity border more quickly because you're ahead of the meta. That's thing one we do here. Thing two we do here that can help you out, hopefully, is we provide you the biggest giveaway in Marvel Snap every season. We give away more season passes than anyone. Please make sure you check that out. Hit that sub button, peeps. All right, let's go over here and start looking at the decks. The first deck we're going to talk about today is TurtsforHire over on Twitter. He has a WongWave. A lot of this deck is going to look fairly straightforward. You've got your early Nebula, you've got your early Silk, Storm to lock off a lane. The best way to win Storm here is you're hoping that Silk ends up there once things can't be played there anymore. But you can also end up playing just away from there shortly thereafter. And the reason you're going to be able to do that is because your plan on turn 4 is to not in the Storm lane, obviously, play Wong. Turn 5, your hope is to play both Wave and Psylocke into the same into a lane. It doesn't really matter if you play Wave into Wong, as long as you play Psylocke into Wong. That's going to give you 8 power on the last turn. Nothing is discounted with Wave, right? But now on that last turn, you can play 2 cards and the opponent cannot. That's a last turn of, on that Wong, Doom and Odin, or Leader and Odin, or Leader and Doom, or Magneto and Arrow, or whatever else you need. If you had Silk out, you end up pushing Silk into that Storm lane, you win the game, or Nebula wins that lane by gaining enough power. Either which way, there's so many ways to win that lane. Heck, if you play Magneto and they have, for example, Cyclops in that lane, you have just removed Cyclops from that lane. And they're stuck playing only 1 card, right? So if you can pull that Cyclops into that Hulk lane that you're already losing, play Doom into Wong in the other location, you're going to win that game. Play Leader into Wong, you're going to win that game. You've got it. It's yours. There's nothing an opponent can do about it. How do I get this combo off as often as possible? In this deck, I just run America Chavez. Chavez is obviously stellar for that kind of play. She's very rarely actually coming down as a card. She's here to give you ideally Wong on 4 and then both Wave and Psylocke on 5. Are you going to have that every game? No. This deck can play just a regular good cards deck. You can Storm in a Nebula lane, get Silk in there, and have a lot of power. Then if you don't have that, you can Wave on turn 5 and then just play Doom. Or you can Arrow on turn 5 and then Odin on top of that Arrow to lock up the game, for example. You can play Leader, Arrow into Leader, or whatever. All of these are perfectly fine plays that will win you a lot of games of Marvel Snap. But for that high roll, for that like, oh my god, I beat everything play, Nebula into Silk, Storm into the Nebula lane, Wong into a different lane, Wave wherever, along with Psylocke into Wong, and then you double play the last turn. Read the board, play 2 cards, win. Is Silk necessary for this deck? No, but she is excellent. I think Silk is fantastic here. This is one of the best homes I've seen for her. This could easily be Jeff. Oh no, Jeff is also pool 5. I know. You would like any good high power 2 at that point. I'm thinking something along the lines of nice and simply Lizard or Medusa. Your opponent is unlikely to fill up a Storm lane, and that is where you're looking to play that card. So far, so good. This deck is sick. I urge you to try it out. You're going to love it. Our second deck for today is the Counter Guys Spider Bombs. Our friend Explodium Gaming, check him out, brought this one to our attention. This is fundamentally a move destroy deck, but not the kind you've been seeing everywhere. This deck has several goals. First, it's got the move tempo power package. That is using Human Torch, even if it gets Killmongered, you're not too sad. Using Human Torch and Vulture to gain power, alongside Iron Fist, Ghost Spider, and Cloak to move those cards around. It's also got the Zabu, and it's also got the Zabu playline. The Zabu playline is the ability to play Shang-Chi and Spider-Man 2099 to destroy cards. Negasonic also helps with destroying cards because, hey, you're not always going to see Zabu. You destroy your opponent's cards. You destroy your opponent's cards with Yondu, and that makes your null huge. You want to get all this done by turn 5. On turn 6, you're going to drop a null that's gained power from whatever Negasonic destroyed, whatever Shang destroyed, or 2099. You're very rarely getting both, right? Whatever they've destroyed. And it's just huge. And then Miles, because you're moving so much, has extra power. It's great. Okay, so a good example of play lines for this deck would be a turn 1 Yondu, a turn 2 Zabu. Turn 3, you play something like either Negasonic Negasonic or Human Torch in one lane and Cloak in another, or Human Torch in one lane and Ghost Spider another, or you just drop Vulture with the understanding that on turn 4 you can play Ghost Spider and Cloak. Next turn, you're playing Spider-Man with a move card, or Shang to kill something, or Negasonic where you know they want to play something, and then the last turn of the game is null. As you're moving things, your Miles Morales is cheap, so if you've got Zabu out on turn 4, Spider-Man is an extra play. On turn 5, there's no 5-drops here. Spider-Man Miles Morales is an extra play. This deck is absolutely a blast to play. Is it the tier 1-iest of tier 1 decks? No, but it wins a lot because opponents have absolutely no idea what you're doing. And when you drop that huge null, I'm telling you, they have no idea what was happening. They don't know where to Shang. They don't know what to do. You've destroyed a bunch of their cards. You've gained a bunch of power from moving stuff. And then you drop the bomb of null. This deck is super fun, super sweet. I strongly urge you to try it out. Let me know how it goes in the comments for both of these decks. Make sure you like, make sure you sub. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully I'm not doing a second video today. Jeez. But I'll see you tomorrow for another Snap Take. Peace.